Happy Friday to you. It's September the 6th. I know I've said it at the start of every show this week practically. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'll do it every chance I get. And I will have chances next week to do so as well. Beautiful weekend in front of us. A beautiful start to your work week next week. A few slight shower chances have weaseled their way into the forecast, but just showers, just light, and just barely there. I'll elaborate more in just a few moments. We'll talk about, of course, a lot of big news coming out of the SOAR Summit earlier today in Pikeville. We did have some folks there representing Big Sandy News, and here we'll find out more, but I have the gist of all the big numbers that were tossed around for you. I also have more on that traffic fatality that 3 lives of which were taken in Lexington, and how it, of course, claimed the lives of 2 former Sagersville women, sisters. More on the woman who caused the crash, who's also from Eastern Kentucky herself, her previous record, her condition, and much more. I got invited earlier today to the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, where they were in the midst of a presentation of new equipment. Not a taser, not to replace the taser either, but as effective. And one of the deputies took one for the team in a volunteer effort. We'll see just how effective they were in just a few moments. A host of other news, important headlines to pass along to you before I leave you for what, yes, again, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. So, real quickly, coming out of Pikeville earlier today, a lot of announcements. The first being that after millions of dollars, months of delays, that the construction phase, at least, of Kentucky Wired in eastern Kentucky is now officially complete. The governor and Congressman Hal Rogers officially made the announcement earlier today in Pikeville that Kentucky Wired, the construction phase of which is going to provide infrastructure for broadband connectivity in nearly 40 Kentucky counties. A total of 39 counties, broken up into 2 rings, as the Kentucky Wired project refers to it. In those 2 rings of service, if you will, are most all of eastern Kentucky, including, of course, Magoffin and Johnson, Morgan and Knott and Lawrence and Pike and many, many others. This project will become the United States' first statewide high-speed broadband network when it is completed, the first in the nation, and after many delays, it appears as though it's getting closer to becoming a reality statewide. And they actually say that the project will be completed by next year. Now, as a result of that announcement, and more specifically of the Kentucky Wired project getting to where it is, there was another announcement made today that's going to bring over 400 jobs to parts of Kentucky and eastern Kentucky, in Williamsburg, London, also Annville. A company called Censure, a technology-based company who does a lot of work from home employment, is adding 400 positions. They were only able to do so with the completion of the Kentucky Wired broadband project here in the eastern part of the Commonwealth. Altogether, well, not really altogether, because this was not listing at all, but in addition to the millions of dollars that I mentioned to you last night that was announced by the governor and Congressman Hal Rogers going to Martin County and the water system and infrastructure there. There were grants today announced going to 14 counties through the Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet's Division of Abandoned Mine Lands. Almost $5 million going to the Pikeville Medical Center to build a children's hospital and pediatric clinic. The Hazard Community and Technical College in Perry County getting $2.5 million to retrofit the industrial education building there. There's also going to be some a little more than $2 million going to Leslie County to help develop the Leslie County Job Training, Connectivity, and Teleworks program. Almost $3.5 million for the eCammy Institute to implement a program in Morgan County, specifically in the East Kentucky Correctional Complex, where they will retrain prisoners to give them job skills and training to hopefully get them to get back into society and employed. Johnson County, Paintsville will get $4 million to go for sewer expansion. There was also an announcement of $1.5 million going to the Mine Made Adventures Park in Knott County to help build more campground sites and some other facilities. Magoffin County was not among those listed. I actually spoke with Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman earlier today, who was very well aware of that fact, and he learned just today, I believe it was, that all of these monies and grants which were awarded today were actually applied for last year, and then the Montgomery County government did not apply for any of those. He says that is something that is already in the works of changing for next year. I've got more headlines right after a few words or two, including some from one of our latest sponsors. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Whether it's game time, family time, or any kind of fun or hungry time, it's always a perfect time for the party platter from your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. 20 crispy buffalo wings, 20 hot and spicy wings, fried pickles, cheese sticks, jalapeno poppers, mini corn dogs, jumbo breast strips, and spicy jumbo dippers. It feeds a crowd for only $34.99, and you get $3 off if you call and order one at least a day ahead. It's party time at your Sagersville Lee's. Here's a little of what's new at Parkway Gun and Pawn. A big selection of hunting, bowie knives, some to use, some to collect, or both, starting as low as $14.99 a piece. Hey gamers, while they last, they just got in 2 PS4 Pro editions in perfect condition. And as new, still in the packaging, big flat screens at big discounts. A new selection of kitchen gear and appliances, and even a new in-the-box 30-gallon electric hot water heater. You never know what you're going to save on, but you're always going to save at Parkway Gun and Pawn.
Car wrecks,
Truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall.
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Robbing from Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, has put a Johnson County man in prison. 55-year-old Franklin Fletcher of Oil Springs was sentenced today to 65 months in federal prison for wire fraud and aggravated identity theft in order to pay $375,000 almost in restitution. He pled guilty, as I told you, back in May on the 9th of that month and admitted to embezzling nearly $375,000 from his former employer, Nitus Exploration, from 2012 through 2018. The government and the company saying he abused his authority as an accounting manager to generate checks that he would deposit into his own accounts. He hid the stolen money from his employer and then concealed his crime by writing the checks in his wife's name and then forging her signature on the endorsement line to cash or deposit them. That's his now ex-wife. And this is not his first time embezzling, apparently. According to court documents, he embezzled from sometime up until 2009 nearly $1 million from his then employer, again abusing his position as an accounting manager at the Kentucky Energy Company. Now, he did pay a significant portion, or at least some of that money he embezzled from Nitus in this second case, to reimburse his employer in the first case, at least $70,000 from what I can figure out, from which he stole this most recent occasion to pay back the first employer. He must serve 85% of his prison sentence. He's also agreed to pay some $988,000 in restitution to that first company that he worked for. I just got this earlier today from our auditor, our state auditor, that is, Mike Harmon's office. He has told us here at the Sagersville Independent and Your News Today and Mortimer Media that this Monday he will be releasing for the public the following audits: the McGoffin County Sheriff's Tax Settlement for Unmined Coal Audit for 2013, 4 audits for 2014, 4 audits for 2015, 1 audit for 2016. Now, it's my understanding that his office was also working on an audit for 2017. That's not listed here. We'll find out more and have a report starting on Monday. I suspect, given the number of years and audits that we have here, we'll be looking at that over the course of several days. In just a few moments, I'll let you look at some new equipment, protective equipment, that was presented to the Johnson County Sheriff's Department earlier today. I believe the same company also came to the Sagersville Police Department later in the afternoon for the same presentation. A shocking one. Pardon me, I couldn't help to put the pun in there. You'll get it in a second. But right now, more on the deaths of 2 former Sagersville young women who were killed, of course, in Lexington night before last. The woman who caused the crash now charged with her 5th DUI, the Louisville woman, Tammy Marie Bevins Rodriguez. So last night, we knew that Rodriguez was driving the truck. Her passenger died, as well as the 2 sisters formerly of Sagersville who died, who were in another vehicle that was hit head-on. Well, we now know that that wasn't the only case of sisters being involved. Not just were the 2 women previously from Sagersville sisters, but the woman who caused the crash had 2 people in her truck. One was her sister, which died. The other was her sister's daughter, her niece, which has life-threatening injuries. The police chase that started this whole scenario started in Winchester, where police there say 42-year-old Tammy Rodriguez, also known as Tammy Bevins, that's Bevins. This report is hard not to get confused because we've got 2 sisters which have Bevins for the last name, and then one sister that was in another vehicle who has Blevins for a last name. Nevertheless, the police chase started in Winchester, where authorities say there 42-year-old Tammy Bevins Rodriguez was driving her Ford F-150. Police got behind her for suspecting her of driving under the influence after they say that they witnessed her crossing all 3 lanes of the interstate at a high rate of speed. Winchester police continued to follow her as she fled in that vehicle into Fayette County. It was once getting into Fayette County there close to the southern split that she merged from 64 onto I-75 northbound before making a U-turn in those northbound lanes, and that's when she hit Taylor Blevins' vehicle head-on and another vehicle as well. So the coroner's office, as I told you yesterday, did officially identify the victims. Inside Rodriguez's truck was her sister, 35-year-old Debbie Lynn Bevins of Pikeville, as well as Debbie Lynn Blevins' daughter, who was seriously injured. She suffered life-threatening injuries, which makes her also, of course, the niece of the driver, Rodriguez. And sadly, as we knew yesterday, 2 former Sagersville women, 26-year-old Taylor Denise Blevins, who was driving her vehicle, and her sister, 20-year-old Caitlin Danielle Bailey, both of Georgetown but formerly of Sagersville, were pronounced dead on the scene. As for Rodriguez, the driver of the truck which caused so far the 3 deaths, she is just so far charged with driving under the influence and having no valid driver's license, but is going to face new charges once the investigation is complete or continues. She has several charges already pending in Winchester, including reckless driving, fleeing, and evading, 5 counts at least of wanton endangerment of a police officer, and Rodriguez also has at least 4 prior DUI arrests, 3 of those in Pikeville. Next is the calendar for this Friday, and there's a lot happening on tonight's calendar, starting off with a very special birthday. First up, it's a birthday. It's a happy early birthday because her birthday isn't till Sunday, but I am told to say happy birthday today, because I won't be here with you Sunday, to Lula Mae Howard. Happy 94th to you from all your friends at the Senior Citizen Center. Happy, happy, happy birthday, Lula Mae. Happy birthday to you. Going on to the rest of your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, If you are a parent or guardian and you want to volunteer at one of the McGoffin County schools, you have to attend the Parent Guardian Volunteer Training class at North McGoffin Elementary next Thursday at 10 a.m. So make a point to be there or call the school or any school if you have any questions. That's Parent Guardian Volunteer Training next Thursday at 10 at North. The 23rd Annual United Way Golf Scramble is a week from today, starting at 9 for registration, play at 10. And, of course, United Way helps support the McGoffin County Senior Citizens, the Kentucky Mission Bible Center, and the McGoffin County Rescue Squad. If you have any questions, golfers, call 791-9902. And I also have another one just in about a class reunion. This is a big one, too. The class of 1969 of the Sagersville High School is going to have their 50th reunion September the 14th. That's next Saturday, 5 o'clock at the old Sagersville High School behind the Board of Education. Next Saturday, the 14th. 50 years. How's that? How about a baby shower, a free one at that for new moms or moms-to-be? They're having them in several locations. The McGoffin counties will be on the 18th of September. Free gifts. You have to pre-register, though, for the incentive. They'll have lunch and dessert provided, free information as well, a free baby shower. If your baby is under 2 months or you are expecting, this is a community baby shower hosted by the McGoffin County Health Department. You must register to qualify for the free incentive. Did I say it was free? I did, right? I've got this just in from Chapter 15 of the Disabled American Veterans here in McGoffin County. They are wanting to invite everyone, a heartfelt invitation to all McGoffin and surrounding county veterans. Whether you're a member of DAV 15 or not, they want all veterans to attend their regular meeting October the 3rd at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. They're welcoming new members with new ideas to improve on the support to our communities. Also, the Prestonburg VA Clinic is giving flu shots out starting at 5 o'clock that same evening. Flu shots at 5, the meeting at 6. Now, that's not until October. I'll be here before you know it, sadly. And I'll remind you then. If you have any questions, you can call 422-4983. And whenever you have something you want on our community calendar, call me or fax me or email me or drop it off here at the studios. However you want to get it to me, we'll tell everyone about it. Funeral listings tonight begin in honor of 75-year-old loyal Ray Preston of Parkway Drive, who passed away on the 4th, survived locally by his sister, Brenda Poe, with graveside services to be held tomorrow at 1 at the Preston Prater Cemetery on Old Burning Fork Road under the direction of the Sagersville Funeral Home. 78-year-old Ruby Jo Crace Gibson of Borders Road passed away on the 5th, preceded in death by her husband Billy. She survived by son Terry Lynn Crace. Visitation is tonight and all day tomorrow, and services will start Sunday morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home in her honor. And services have also been set for Jerry Patrick, 79-year-old Jerry Patrick of Sagersville, who passed away on the 5th, a much-loved volunteer assistant basketball coach for the McGoffin County school system, as I referred to yesterday. He is survived by his sisters Joanne Gullett and Janet Crace. Visitation is going to be after 5 tomorrow and before Sundays at services that will start at 2 o'clock from the Sagersville Funeral Home. Contributions can be made to the Jerry Patrick Memorial Athletic Scholarship at the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sagersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop.
Appalachian Wireless has a question for you. Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? If you think this answer is simple, then the Appalachian Advantage plan is for you. Pay less upfront for today's hottest smartphones, and then pay just a few dollars more every month on the monthly bill. Many smartphones are $5 a month or less after you factor in the $20 discount from the Advantage plan, compared to the contract offering. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Payment agreement required. See store for details.
From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there. At Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. Never seen what's inside the seasonal shop? You've never seen anything like it. And if you have seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen it like this. From all the styles of pillows, dishware, bedding, and wall hangings, it's full of beautiful home decor. And there are frames for anyone and any occasion. There are neat and unique ways to design and do it yourself. There are flowers too perfect to be real. And from expecting moms to newborns, toddlers, teens, and adults, the fashions and designs and jewelry are simply endless and always changing at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the Lee's Famous Recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder-Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville. I got a call earlier this morning from the Johnson County Sheriff's Department who invited me to come and be a part of a presentation. No, not be a part, but to watch or witness the following presentation, as the company was there to discuss with them some new forms of protective equipment. Vince Mattini of Signal 7 Solutions is a gentleman you'll see and hear from here in just a few seconds. He was there to present on new protective equipment to keep officers and suspects and people in the community safer. Now, this shocking equipment is not designed to replace the taser, but to offer a taser-like device that can give police another means of subduing an aggressive or resisting individual. With 10,000 watts compared to a taser's average of 50,000 watts, these gloves and other devices shock the suspect when they come in contact with their skin only. It must be direct contact with the skin. But while it may be less of a shock compared to a taser, roughly 1/5, the shock through the gloves and other devices can be applied for longer periods of time, and it still proves quite effective, as was illustrated quite well by volunteer Deputy Zach Butcher.
Doesn't affect him at all here. It won't affect his hair because he's got the hair there. It doesn't go through that. So basically when we've got him, and then he won't comply or whatever, he's resisting.
Oh God!
Down! Very good, very good.
Hey, buddy! Yeah! Now you were
The gloves have rechargeable batteries that can send a shock for a total of 2 hours before being recharged, and they'll hold that charge in a standby mode for as long as a month. And the gloves aren't the only thing that the company is offering. This leg device, or E-band as I believe it's called, might prove effective for law enforcement by using them during transports, court appearances, and the like, as they are remotely controlled by the officer, which can deliver a charge at any time, from up to 300 meters away.
Well, new technology can always provide us with an advantage. This particular product can give us a way to prevent damage, prevent injuries to our deputies, to prevent injuries to our the folks that we go out to have to lay hands on. It can save the office money. If we have to deploy a taser, every taser is equipped with a cartridge, has to be replaced after a one-time use. That's $40, $50, $60 each time, and this is no cost. Just recharge the battery, we're good to go. I like the gloves for the hand-to-hand, but also the band that goes around the extremity for control, such as on a transport, in courtroom. Situations like that I can see being a big benefit. If someone decided to try to escape, there's major advantages to that. Apparently they have a lot of other products that he didn't bring and demonstrate. He left us with a website, and we'll look that over and see. As with every sheriff's office, we are strapped for money. We're a fee office. We can only spend what we've got. But we can apply for grants. That's a timely process, and sometimes it just gets approved. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's worth a chance to give it an opportunity.
The E-band costs about $695. The gloves are $795 or $895 with an SD card that tracks all of its use electronically that you can download onto a computer or device. And Sheriff Saylor says that his department is going to look into any type of grants that might be available to purchase such equipment. And the last thing to do tonight is talk about your weather forecast, which is a good thing to do if you live in this part of the world. Beautiful weather continues right on throughout your forecast with a few slight shower chances that have weaseled their way into the forecast. A narrow window for one and a slight chance for both. But very slight shower chances, narrow windows as well, which really don't take much away from a beautiful, beautiful forecast this going into the second week of September. All right, tonight, low of 62, mostly cloudy skies that will also, with them, have a 20% chance of some showers, no thunderstorms, but showers and a narrow window. Like I said, 10 tonight till 1 in the morning, 3 hours roughly, we have a chance to the tune of 20% of some showers. Tomorrow we'll still be stuck in the 70s, the upper 70s, right around 80. Partly sunny, partly cloudy, mostly beautiful, all beautiful. A low of 54 tomorrow night. Nice way to begin and end your Saturday. Sunday looks to be 82 and sunny, a bit warmer, 55 that night, mostly clear. A bit warmer still. Starting off next week, mostly sunny and 84 on your Monday. We'll see continued clear skies Monday night. Nighttime lows on Monday right around the 60-degree mark. And if you're hoping that this weather pattern is going to hang on a bit longer, well, it does. Definitely into your Tuesday, where we have sunny skies. Temperatures not at 90 as they were expected 24 hours ago, but right at it. We're looking at right around 89 degrees on your Tuesday, sunny, clear skies. It's going to be a nice first 2 days of next week. And I'm not saying the rest of it's going to be bad. We're going to see the upper 80s for a few more days. Wednesday, 88, Thursday, 87, Friday, 86. Mostly sunny completely across that board. You will see there at the bottom of your screen a 20% chance of showers. Wednesday night, a 10% maybe lingering into your Thursday morning. So nowhere do we have any major weather players in our forecast unless you want to call the beautiful weather a major player, which I guess we can. It's going to be nice. And that's a wrap for this Friday, for this week. I hope you enjoy the weather. I hope you enjoy whatever it is you do for the weekend, and hope you enjoy seeing us back here next week for more of Your News Today. Thank you for watching, and good night and good weekend.